The real show happens when the microphones are turned off. In this case, that's true. But mostly because when the microphones are turned off, we talk about burning that sort of personality at the stake.
Biatch.
Yeah. Let's finish up the news, Funkhouser. Then we'll talk about Bill Cosby's imaginary friend. Oh, wait.
What?
No, we were talking about Glee. This pisses me off.
Glee.
Well, yeah. I'll preface this by saying I've never seen an episode of Glee, watched a teeny tiny portion of it once and went, okay, this show's clearly not for me. But I guess Glee has been canceled, or it's going to be canceled. It might even be off the air. But there are apparently plans to breathe new life back into it by doing something that, if you're like me, kicks you directly in the childhood.
Can I guess? Glee World Tour.
No. No. Like, it F's with something that's very precious to my childhood memories. And apparently what they're thinking of doing as a sort of cross-promotional thing is putting Star Wars characters in episodes of Glee, like doing a Glee Star Wars crossover. And if you grew up loving Empire Strikes Back the way I did, this will make your blood absolutely curdle. I was so mad when I heard about it, but well, then it sort of I evened out a little bit when I considered the fact that it sort of makes sense only because Star Wars characters are fictitious, much like a high school where the popular kids are in choir. Go on.
Unless you go to an all-girls school, I guess.
Let's think about that for a second.
What, all-girls school?
An all-girls school as a kid.
Yeah.
I wish I'd been like that one lone.
I wish I'd been that star quarterback.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I guess it'd be easier being the... well, no, that's not true. You know what I heard the other day? I heard that, like, up till the age of... up to a certain age, girls can wrestle with guys. Like, in school athletics. Like, girls can wrestle guys. Like, I've got a cousin whose kid... I think she's like an 8-year-old girl or something like that. And she wrestles boys. I wonder at what age that stops being appropriate.
Yeah, and how do you explain that? Like, you can't wrestle Timmy anymore, Barbara.
Yeah. Barbara. Barbara, for some reason, makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a female wrestler who goes Greco-Roman.
Kelsey. With an I.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder, like, because at some point, you're going to start having a distinct... I think the girls would start having a distinct advantage over the boys because it's just sort of like guys are going to feel weird about all that sort of stuff. And you know, nothing's worse than being in something revealing as a kid and getting involuntary wood.
Oh, yeah, that's a nightmare there.
It's
what
the
they
worst.
wear?
Yeah, I know. Like, remember in... oh, God, I used to hate it when you had to pair up with people to do sit-ups in gym class, and like one person would hold your feet and you would do the sit-ups, and it was such a double-edged sword when puberty kicked in and you wind up holding a girl's feet. Like, on the one hand, you get to watch a girl bob up and down in front of you, and that's awesome, but on the other hand, you're wearing sweatpants. You're going to pop something pretty inappropriate. And also, I don't know if you've ever done this, but when you're trying to crank out as many sit-ups as possible because you're being timed and it's, you know, a competition, sort of how many sit-ups can you do in 60 seconds? And so, you know,
whoops.
There's a girl that you've been fantasizing about throughout the majority of the 7th grade. And you not only have inappropriate middle school wood in front of her, which is wildly visible thanks to the fact that you're wearing sweatpants, but also you break wind directly into her face. It's not a good look. I think PE teachers should be more understanding about that. But go on.
Or it's a big inside joke.
Right, yeah, it's just like, watch, that kid's got a crush on her. I'm totally going to screw him up. He's going to... He's going to get inappropriate middle school wood and fart in her face.
Kendall Jenner reportedly wants breast implants.
Oh. Good. Something she has in common with her father.
Who's going to be the bigger? Who's going to have the bigger boobies?
Well, apparently Bruce Jenner is up to a B cup right now, and he wants to go bigger. I wonder if he's up to a B cup. I don't think he's gotten implants. I think that's just the hormone therapy he's on. I guess is what it's called. So whatever the case may be, it's given him B cup boobs. If you were a guy,
check out my full figure.
If you were a guy and all of a sudden,
I am a guy.
Well, no. If you were a guy and all of a sudden you decided you wanted to be a guy that had boobs, if you're going to be a guy that did that,
okay.
Don't you think you'd spend a certain amount of time at home just playing with them in the mirror? Because I would. Like, if I all of a sudden had boobs, I would never leave the house. Not for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, how long? I think a year.
I don't know.
I think I'd want to show them off, though, if I had them. I'd be like, what's up? Check out my rack.
It's an interesting one as well, because Bruce Jenner, apparently, he's transitioning to be a woman. But he's still attracted to other women, and he's holding on to his junk. So if you found yourself still intact south of the equator with the ability to fap, and you had your own pair of boobs that you could fondle, man, you wouldn't see me for years at a time. Maybe he's not that into... Maybe he's just being expedient. He's like, maybe if I have both sets of equipment, life will become a... Look, if there's one person that's going to put you off being married, I would imagine it would be his wife, Kris Jenner. I'd have to guess that him going, well, if I just get a rack and I keep my junk, I'll never have to leave the house or deal with another Kris Jenner again.
Jamming on the one like Theo Huxtable. Days like this when I feel untouchable. I try and make up for all the wrongs I did by living my life like a Cosby kid. Jamming on the one like Theo and Stevie. I know it sounds crazy, but you gotta believe me. When I feel like I just can't make it through, I try to think, what would Cliff tell Theo to do? Man, sometimes it's just so hard to be a good person, to lift yourself up and try to be that better version of all the potential people that you got living in your mind. It takes more than happy chance and circumstance. You gotta decide that you're gonna keep your head up and treat people how you want to be treated. Hold doors and be polite, try not to be conceited. But sometimes, kind of sort of all the time, for some of us it's true, it's harder than anything else on earth to observe the golden rule, especially when everyone you meet seems like a freaking tool, and you get the feeling that there's a lot of chlorine in the gene pool. Sometimes I get angry, I tell everyone to bite me, especially on days when the universe is trying to spite me. And it doesn't always work, but I remember that when I can, that I learned from TV as a kid what it takes to be a better man. And days when you stay positive, that's when you're truly free. That's when you're being the best you that you could ever be. And you're jamming on the one like Theo Huxtable. Days like this when I feel untouchable. I try and make up for all the wrongs I did by living my life like a Cosby kid. Jamming on the one like Theo and Stevie. I know it sounds crazy, but you gotta believe me. When I feel like I just can't make it through, I try to think, what would Cliff tell Theo to do? Man, we should all be so lucky as to have parents that care enough to put us in check like Clifford Huxtable and Claire. And if I ever have kids, I'm going straight to the Cosby reruns to get all the lessons I need to get that parenting right thing done. Like Bill, never forgetting the importance of a great education, that learning is knowledge and knowledge is creation. Not just so you can get a baller job and quick get to earning, but to help any kids I have know that there's joy in learning. And if there's a problem, there's a way to overcome. Like Theo's dyslexia, but he still got college done. And when a girl gives you a stupid nickname like Rudy did to Bud, it's probably just because she wants to give Kenny a hug. And if you're lucky enough to crawl in bed with a woman like Claire every night, you should love that woman all you can for the rest of your life. And when my family needs cheering up, I know just what I'll do. I'll hilariously lip sync to classic jazz and blues. I'll be jamming on the one like Theo Huxtable. Days like this when I feel untouchable. I try and make up for all the wrongs I did.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be on an amazing journey.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing journey.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing
Journey. Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Journey.
Amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Journey.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Journey.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Journey.
Amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Journey.
And an amazing journey.
That's Jimmy Kimmel playing a montage of people on The Bachelor saying that the journey will be amazing. Wait, who won? Was it Becca Tilly? Did you say?
I don't know her name. I just know she's annoying is her middle name.
Is this her? Hold on a second.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do you want? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I know. I don't feel like I know if I know what you want. That's the hard part,
I don't know.
Yeah, we got to get her on Jeopardy immediately.
No, it's Whitney. She's got.
Gotcha.
Once you hear her voice, I mean, you're gonna want to pull your ears off of your head.
All right, let's finish up the news. What else is going on in the world?
Tim Tebow is reportedly eyeing an NFL comeback.
Oh, well, that's great news for all teams looking for a quarterback with a rare ability to never complete a single pass. So look, I'm going to rifle another one directly into the dirt and then say that God's on my side. He's not on your side.
See the kneeler?
It's not called kneeling. It's called Tebowing.
Oh.
And he was bounced from the NFL because, he was supposed to be a quarterback. And quarterbacks are supposed to be fast and strong and lean, And he was doing all these pretty boy workouts that give him enormous muscles, and he was like, "I'm not giving up on the not shutting down the gun show anytime soon." So they moved his position to play something else because he was enormous, and he sucked at that worse than he sucked at being a quarterback. And then they bounced him from the NFL. So eyeing an NFL comeback is wishful thinking. The NFL has to want you to come back. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. What else?
The wife of Chicago Bears quarterback Jay Cutler doesn't want their kids playing football.
In other words, she wants them to be just like their dad. Go on.
Apple CEO Tim Cook unveiled the new Apple Watch yesterday.
Or as toddlers in a Chinese factory put it, new assignment, fellas.
Smaller this time. Smaller, faster.
Yeah. I got to get the other 5-year-olds in off of their smoke break to put together Apple Watches.
They're playing Candy Crush outside on their break.
Apple Watches. An exciting new way to let others know you're better than them.
Apple boasts that you can receive calls to your Apple Watch.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can conveniently check the time on your iPhone. Do you own a watch?
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now. It is an hour behind.
Do you ever look at it to tell the time, or do you just look at your phone?
I've been trying to glance at my watch and not look at it, but have a mental picture of where the minutes are, and then try to do mental math. It must be. But I'm not a normal person, so.
Right.
Usually I look at my phone.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. It was funny. I was oh God, kill me. I was at the mall the other day, and I was looking in the window of a watch sales place, and they had those Breitling watches, really, really expensive, really, really nice watches. And I was like, as douchey as it seems to buy a watch that costs as much as some people's cars and walk around with it on your wrist, that's really the only point in having a watch now. It's a status symbol. I have a watch. It's the most expensive piece of clothing I own. It cost me $75, which was a donation to the New York City Parks Department because it's a Beastie Boys MCA commemorative watch. And I just bought it because I wanted a piece of Beastie Boys memorabilia. And it's awesome and I love it. But outside of instances like that, the only reason to own a watch is because you want to be like, hey, check out my watch. Because nobody actually... unless you're 500 years old, no one defers to looking at their wristwatch when they want to know the time. They just look at their phone because everybody's always looking at their phone. The only reason to own a watch in this day and age is if you want an ostentatious watch that is going to surreptitiously usurp other people around you. If you feel like, well, I don't know, if you're a small penis individual that drives a small penis car and has other small penis possessions, then a small penis watch seems perfect for you and you should go out and get them. But now, beyond that, I can't really see a reason to go purchase a watch. How much was your watch, Funkhouser?
I don't know. My sister works at a watch store, so that's what I got for the holidays.
Right, fancy.
I probably wouldn't go out and buy my own watch.
No, you wouldn't.
One version of the Apple Watch sells for $10,000.
Yeah, see? It's just a tool for...